Welcome to Outside Views. Today we're going to take a deep dive into a topic that has captured public attention for over a decade: the scandal surrounding Donald Trump's golf courses in Scotland. From personal disputes with local residents to environmental controversies and questions about financial transparency, this story is about much more than golf. It's a microcosm of the tensions between power, ambition, and the voices of local communities. Interestingly, to this day, my first video on the McMafia order against Trump remains the most successful video on this channel with over 200,000 views. It seems the controversies surrounding Trump's ventures in Scotland continue to resonate with so many of you. So today we are revisiting this broader saga, exploring every corner of the controversies and the scandals that have defined these developments. So let's start at the very beginning in 2006. In that year, Donald Trump announced his grand vision to build the world's greatest golf course in Balmady in Aberdeenshire. This wasn't just a single golf course, it was an ambitious plan for two championship courses, a 450-room luxury hotel, nearly 1,000 holiday apartments, and a promise to transform the region into a global golfing destination. Trump marketed his vision as a win-win for Scotland. He promised billions in investment, thousands of jobs, and a revitalized local economy. However, from the outset, not everyone was convinced. Critics argued that the project posed a significant risk to the environment and that Trump's approach to acquiring land and dealing with local residents was heavy-handed and confrontational. One of the earliest and loudest voices of opposition was David Milne, a local resident whose home stood in the way of Trump's plans. David Milne's story is now legendary. In 2006, he received a phone call from Trump's representatives offering to buy his property, and Milne refused. At first, the negotiations were polite, but when Milne had held firm there, the tactics really changed. Trump's team planted a line of pine trees near Milne's property. These weren't ordinary trees, they were strategically placed to block the Milne's once breathtaking view of the coastline. And this was just the beginning. Milne soon became a symbol of resistance. He refused to bow to pressure despite the escalating tensions. And Trump's treatment of Milne was not an isolated case. His neighbors, John and Susan Munro, experienced similar tactics. One day, without warning, bulldozers arrived to construct a massive earthen wall around their property. The wall, standing 4 meters high, cut the Munros off from their surroundings. It blocked sunlight, trapped moisture, and left them feeling isolated and defeated. And the British press quickly dubbed it Trump's Wall in Scotland. And this wasn't just a physical barrier, it was a symbolic representation of the broader conflict between Trump and the local community. For John Munro, the stress of the ongoing disputes took a visible toll. Once open to speaking with reporters, he eventually grew tired of the attention and completely withdrew from public life. The Munros, like the Milnes, became emblematic of the human cost of Trump's ambitious plans. But perhaps no figure became more iconic in this battle than Michael Forbes. Forbes, a salmon fisherman, also refused to sell his land to Trump. His modest home and property became a focal point of resistance. Trump, true to form, didn't hold back in his response. He publicly insulted Forbes, calling him a pig and mocking his way of life. Trump's team allegedly destroyed a water pipe leading to Forbes' property, further escalating tensions. And despite this, Forbes refused to back down. His defiance earned him widespread admiration across Scotland and beyond. In 2012, he was awarded the Top Scot Award, a title voted on by the public. Michael Forbes became a symbol of standing up to power, a figure celebrated for his courage in the face of relentless pressure. While these personal battles were playing out, a broader controversy was unfolding, and this time involving the environment. The Foveran Links, a stretch of rare shifting dunes, was officially designated a site of special scientific interest, and these dunes were a fragile ecosystem valued for their natural beauty and ecological significance. However, the construction of Trump's first golf course caused significant damage to this unique landscape. A report by Scottish Natural Heritage revealed the extent of the damage. The installation of drainage systems, tree planting, and earthworks had partially destroyed the dunes. The natural processes that made the dunes so special had been disrupted, and much of their unique character was lost. And this sparked outrage among environmentalists. Bob Ward, a prominent climate researcher, forced the release of the report through the Freedom of Information Act. He argued that Trump's developments were not only an environmental disaster, but also a dangerous precedent. Despite the outcry, Trump's defenders claimed that the economic benefits outweighed the environmental costs. Stuart Spence, a local hotel owner and one of Trump's most vocal supporters, argued that the golf courses brought tourism and jobs to the region. He dismissed the complaints of residents and environmentalists as minor compared to the economic gains. But not everyone agreed. David Milne, who had a clear view of Trump's golf course from his home, described the development as struggling to attract visitors. He pointed to frequent discounts and slashed prices as evidence that the project was failing to meet its lofty promises. In 2013, Trump became embroiled in yet another controversy, this time involving a proposed offshore wind farm near his Aberdeen golf course. Trump argued that the wind turbines would ruin the view from his resort and launched a legal battle to block their construction. The Scottish government approved the wind farm, prompting Trump to sue in an attempt to halt the project. Environmentalists and local activists accused Trump of hypocrisy, pointing out the extensive environmental damage caused by his developments. Despite Trump's efforts, the wind farm project went ahead, marking a rare defeat for the billionaire. But Trump was far from finished. In 2021, he announced plans for a second golf course in Aberdeenshire. The new course, named MacLeod after his mother's maiden name, promised to be even larger and more ambitious than the first. True to Trump's style, the announcement of the second golf course came with grand superlatives. The Trump organization proudly claimed that this new course would feature the largest sand dunes in Scotland. The groundbreaking ceremony took place in 2021, with Trump and his son Eric symbolically turning the first shovels of earth. Construction has since progressed steadily, and the opening is now set for the summer of 2025. But the announcement reignited tensions with local residents and environmentalists. Critics questioned how the Trump organization could claim sustainability while building on land already damaged by previous developments. And there's an irony in the name MacLeod, a nod to Trump's mother's heritage, yet the project has faced opposition from so many local Scots. Environmentalists also noted that the first golf course's development led to the Foveran Link losing its status as a nationally important nature reserve. Sarah Malone, vice president of Trump International Scotland, described the MacLeod course as one of the great wonders in the world of golf, highlighting the efforts of architects, engineers, and ecologists to make the project environmentally friendly and sustainable. Despite these claims, skepticism abounds. Adding to the controversy, Trump's golf course in Turnberry has now set another record. It's the most expensive in the British golf world, with a single round reportedly costing £1,000. For Trump's supporters, these developments are a testament to his ambition and success. But for his critics, they represent further evidence of environmental destruction and unchecked power. And as we approach the opening of the MacLeod course in 2025, these debates are far from over. So thank you for joining me today on Outside Views, and if you found this topic insightful, let me know your thoughts in the comments below this video. Do Trump's golf courses represent progress, or do they show a disregard for local communities and the environment? And if you haven't seen my earlier video on the McMafia order against Trump, check it out. It remains a cornerstone of this channel's journey. And I'll see you next time with more stories that matter. Until then, take care, and the next video is right here in the end screen.